Hey y'all, just wanted to say some stuff. As you can see, we are moving on to the new year. It's been like 8 days already, and I've been looking up on stuff. And lately, I've been very hyped for what's coming up for this year because I have a lot to say. I've been like looking up, and as you know, GTA is supposed to come out this year, but a lot of people we already know, that ain't happening till like 2040 or some shit. Like we ain't getting that shit till Cyberpunk comes out in real life. But I've been looking up at shit and I'm so glad to look up because I really want to play like GTA and I see like content coming out, but that ain't coming out anytime soon. And as we can see, Wolverine is coming out this year for sure, for sure. Hopefully they don't stall it and move it on to like the next year because I've been looking up to the Wolverine hype way before way before. It was supposed to come out last year or the announcement or some shit, but instead they came out with the announcement. So this maybe this year it'll be different. They'll come out with Wolverine and we get to like fucking bloodshed and shit. And that's what I want. I want executions and I want them to look crazy bad. You feel me? And then I've been like looking up too, and I really want Wolverine and Hulk to be in the game. If like that's what a lot of people are thinking, that maybe Hulk is gonna make it to the game, and I feel like he might be the main villain. If it's not him, then it might be Omega or some shit. But and versus like Hulk would be like mind blowing, absolute cinema. And I can't wait for other games that are also coming out this year, like Subnautica 2 and Resident Evil Requiem. Especially Requiem because as a Resident Evil fan, I've been there since the first game, and I cannot wait for this game to like finally come out because it's gonna be the last one. There won't be any more after that. And we all know that Leon is probably gonna die. He already turned into them little by little. We all know that it's gonna be like some dying light shit. You feel me? And so now I'm looking into other stuff about like Subnautica because I used to play Subnautica, and like Subnautica is really fun and scary too because I did play it off of like psychedelics, and one of those kind of traumatized me because I when I go to sleep to this day till that night I still think about those leviathans and they're not fun to because like shit, you dream inside the ocean, you see a giant leviathan, and they're not supposed to be that small in
Huh?
a game. They're supposed to be so big
Huh?
that like you're basically a speck to it. And they were not able to do that because that would have made your PC crash. It would have overheated. Not even consoles can comprehend something that big into a game because it's not possible. You gotta have some really good like graphics or some sort of shit in it. I'm not too sure about it. But imagine they were that big. I would not be playing that game at all. And pretty much that's it for the games for this year. I think there are more games coming out, but I'm not too sure because these are the only games I really been looking forward to. Subnautica could have been better, but at least Subnautica 2 is gonna be multiplayer, so you will be able to play with friends. So I'm happy about that, and I will try to play that and make that part of my channel because pretty fun to play with friends, and especially if it's that scary. I would hope they're bigger than what the first game was because holy Christ. And for this year, movies like I've been I've been very much into like the Dune trilogy, like because it's the third movie is coming out this year, and if you know my boy, the main character, Blue Eyes, I love my motherfuckers, so I cannot wait to see him come
Pour a
back
pint that
again,
dirty.
and
So you came out dirty.
pretty much
Still
I
sip
don't know if
dirty.
it's gonna end
Still
the
the
way it
work
should
it.
end
That
because the
still,
whole
that still
the
worky.
whole series of the
Worky.
Dune pretty much just reminds me of Star Wars and like psycho kinetic fucking psychic ability and shit, where it's like I don't know if y'all saw Dune, but it's pretty good. I can't wait for the third one. I'm gonna be eating when I watch that shit. The same goes for Spider-Man, Brand New Day. Bro, I mean, I wonder what's gonna happen because I feel like they gotta bring in Miles Morales, like from the Spider-Verse, and bring him into like the real life action. And if they do that, they gotta bring in like that Miles Morales that's in Kai Cenat Twitch streamer shit, and he's just there. It should be him, Miles Morales. It should be him in the real life, and like IRL type shit. And he is from, I think he is from the Bronx or some shit. I'm not too sure, but it'll fit perfectly if they pick that Miles Morales for that movie. All they gotta do is like Spider-Man verse where he travels into the real world instead of the animation world, shit like that. That would be perfect. They're just missing that part. And yeah, Super Mario Galaxy. Hell yeah. I cannot wait. It's sad that you just see tiny ass Bowser just there in a tiny castle, and now they're just gonna take it off to like all the way to space now, cause Super Mario Galaxy Rosalina, we gotta go on a side quest real quick just so we can come back to I don't know what the next movie is gonna be, Donkey Kong Country or some shit. That would be hilarious. Or Mario Odyssey. I don't know. And then they bring in the rabbits and shit like that. But I like the whole idea. I mean, a lot of people hate Mario, but I think the movie was pretty okay as long as they carry the story into the next story and then make it sense. That's all I really care about. And yeah, pretty much. And there's Avengers Doom that's coming out. I'm not really much of a fan of like Marvel nowadays when it comes to movies. I haven't seen the new Fantastic the Fantastic Four movie. I haven't seen that one, so it's not I'm not gonna be able I mean, I'll probably try to watch the movie just so I can watch Avengers Doom because then I'm gonna be sidetracked as fuck because I used to watch the movies, not anymore, of course, but or I'm gonna have to catch up somehow. But I'm not really interested in the MCU as in right now. But the this DCU, now that it's a start. It just started with the Superman movie, and I would be into it, but it's just like nowadays, it's just like I'm not really into superhero movies anymore, so I'm more into like other stuff. If they could have done like something a lot more cooler, like I don't know, like animated or something, I mean, a lot of people prefer live action, you feel me? I'm more just animation. I prefer anime, video games, shit like that. I'm not really a live action type of person, but you know, that's people. So I'm gonna leave it as that, and then pretty much I would really want to talk about like the politics of like 2026 and shit, cause y'all know about 2025 and 2026 on how shit going down, right? Like the whole Diddy shit. God damn. I heard he's out of jail. I think he's still in jail, but he's gonna go back to jail or some shit. It's like he keeps getting a bunch of more suits. I don't really care. I'm be real. I saw the documentary. That shit was fucked up to the core. God damn. I think he fucked a dude for all I know with yeah, I'm not even gonna go on that. So we leave it. And pretty much now where I really want to go to is like god damn. Jeffrey Epstein and Nicholas Maduro. Brother, what the heck happened in the last month? I had a job. You telling me I'm working and meanwhile I'm having a job. This shit is going on. Like what? And now that I'm unemployed, I'm just here reacting and seeing what the fuck is happening and unfolding. I'm like, goddamn, unemployed activities. I'm over here checking up, and now Trump got motherfucking Nicholas Maduro or whatever the fuck his name is, and whoever the fuck supports him, y'all deserve to be like fucking put down because y'all are weird. Y'all are weird. And then the whole Jeffrey Epstein shit, him and his old lollipop shit, man. Come on, bro. Y'all should have seen it from the get go. If he reads Lolita, come on, bro. That's just the biggest red flag of my life. Y'all really gotta step up a notch on that one. You know, now that I see Diddy and Jeffrey Epstein, now I see other people differently. Whereas like when I see people trying to push a narrative on someone or a perspective, that's when I start to feel Diddy on them or Jeffrey Epstein if they're white. So now I'm just like really thinking like, hey yo, I'm not racist, but I'm just saying like y'all gotta be like, aware type shit. And now that Trump is really getting everybody in line, he's also like trying to buy Greenland, which is like, if y'all know about Greenland, Greenland is like the main central of the timeline, where it's like the beginning and the end, where it's like Greenland is the start of it, where the in the time where it's like, but I don't know if that's why Trump is buying Greenland. I'm not sure why he's buying Greenland, but I do know that he's trying to import oil into other countries because it makes the country more money. But if they're gonna do that, they gotta start paying people more money because then, all this is just for nothing and might as well just overthrow the government if we're not getting our bills paid. If we're not getting food on the table, we might as well just overthrow the government, just like what California did. I think a month ago or some shit. Like they should have just. I don't know. I'm not advocating for anything, but I'm just saying like should have just happened, and at that point, things would just gotten fixed and solutioned. Eventually, pretty much. And I did say this was the end for the movies. Uh, I did want to talk about Stranger Things, and on my stream, I was like, man, this shit's kind of good and shit. And now that I think about it, I I I saw like there was other people talking about like what happened to the flying demogorgons? What happened to like why this motherfucker gets so weak after so many years? And then when I was watching it, I was like, that's facts. Why didn't they just like bring like what happened to the flying demogorgon shit, right? Like what happened to them? And what's more important is like why did he become weaker? It's like I knew this, right? But I didn't consider it until afterwards, until someone like pretty much said it, which, I could have said it too, but I didn't. I was like, "Ah, I don't care, Stranger Things." And a lot of people going through with like the whole shit is like secrecy and it gets more stranger than it really has to get. So, yeah, big downfall on Stranger Things. They could have ended it a lot more better, but they went through the emotional route rather than the let's take action route. So yeah. And for the One Piece, I left this for last, the best for last, because One Piece, oh my God, I cannot wait. Cannot wait, because One Piece already finished. Well, not finished, but it's on the hiatus because they want to go and do the live action version of One Piece, which I cannot wait. I am into that live action. I am eating that shit up for reals. So I cannot wait for the hiatus. And well, we're already in the hiatus, and then the live action coming back. But once the live action season 2 ends, that's when One Piece anime comes back. So we're giving time Oda to write more chapters, basically. Meanwhile, uh, the others or the directors of the live action is working on the live act or doing the shit pretty much. So yeah, it gives Oda time for break and editing and making chapters and shit. So can't wait for that. Really excited. And pretty much that's it for like 2025 to 2026 because there is a lot going on in life and there is a lot more stuff that I want to cover up on and I cannot wait for the future because we are on the clock. So, yes, that would be it for now. And I really want everyone to follow me on Twitch and maybe TikTok. I'm gonna start thinking about creating a TikTok and subscribe and like to my YouTube and my video. I would very much appreciate it. That would very much support me. And I would try to see if I can put it up on the screen to see if y'all can see it. But it is spelled like my name, the channel. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna call it off here. Can't wait to see what happens because GTA 6 is gonna be lit. So yeah, I'm gonna call it. Peace out, gang, and y'all love.